to you, Lieutenant Colonel, and ask you to give us an example. You talked about the 5G living labs and the digital futures. Tell us about a specific program that you guys are rolling out. Maybe it's in prototype pilot, maybe you've already implemented it, that you'd like to highlight.
As I mentioned, 3 weeks ago, we turned on the 5G Living Lab and that we work in collaboration with Verizon. It's not just about cellular coverage. While that's great, that's a secondary benefit. It's really about the connectivity provided for so many capabilities across the base. So we currently have autonomous shuttles on the base that are ready to pilot, where we're going to do data export of the terabytes of data that are collected from these sensors on the vehicle throughout the day. We're doing energy communications, where we're going to extend a point of presence of a closed network to another location on a base for a solar field, so that we can have logical control over the solar fields. It's really about using telecommunications and cellular connectivity as a transport mechanism across the base. We're doing drones. You know, the future of drones it goes away from RF signals and goes into cellular control. And so we're piloting that as well. And finally, the digital fortress. Robert Costello is on the call here from Customs and Border Protection. We have a great partnership or relationship with CBP, where we have a memorandum of understanding to work on security efforts together. As he mentioned earlier, surveillance towers that are leveraging 4G LTE on the border today. We have and learned through our relationship with CBP about that capability, and we've been rolling out that same capability on military bases in the region. So in our 5G Living Lab, we're actually doing these surveillance towers that are a sensor suite. They leverage artificial intelligence in the form of machine learning and computer vision. They do computing on the edge, so that you can really reduce the bandwidth requirements that you have at the devices, so that you can leverage cellular technology device to device and then back into the cloud. So we're very excited about these capabilities. They're lined up for Miramar here in San Diego to pilot. We have many of them on the base already and are ready to turn on. Finally, I'd like to say thank you to Congress. Congress in 2020 appropriations bill provided $5 million for this piloting. You know, as you mentioned earlier, the carriers, and specifically for us, Verizon, has leaned in to this collaboration, this collaborative partnership. We call it a collaborative market. They've leaned in, and at no cost to the government have provided the network that's coming on the base. The $5 million from Congress is not about the network being installed. It's about the pilots to really unlock the power of the cellular, transformation on the bases. And so we're piloting in those 4 areas, and the funds from Congress is critical to that endeavor.